Welcome to another exciting episode of the $1 Million Peddlers. I'm Paper Guy.
And I'm Mr. Magazine.
And it's the BOLO day, everybody's favorite day. And we got a lot of BOLOs. There's a lot of stuff lined up there.
Holy cow, I'm blinded by the light.
By the bling. And why don't you take it away, Mr. Bling Master?
Right out the bat, I was doing some organizing, and I found a big box of vintage G.I. Joe dolls and accessories, so I broke them down into little packages for my lister. This happened to be a huge G.I. Joe vintage 12-inch doll, 1/6 scale accessories, manuals, and so forth. As you can see, plenty of guns, skis, you name it, clothing, booklets. $200. It got one bid, but you know what? It's like finding $200 in the corner.
I guess the only comment I would make, and it would be a pain in the butt.
Breaking it down further?
Either that or giving an item count.
Oh, that's true too. Yeah, that would.
And the only reason why is I'm looking there and I don't know how many, 80 items, maybe 60, 80 items.
Because then it seems pretty cheap for $200, and you're $2 an item. It's vintage stuff, but and again, to break so this was one of many lots. So I think we did one. It was just all guns. One was just all clothing, and I just broke it down for him because if I give it to my employee, like, here's 500 accessories, have fun. Well, he'd be having fun for days. So,
yeah, right. No, I agree. But
I think researching these without being an expert would take so much time. Like, this is a Japanese outfit. It's $25. I mean, like,
I'm agreeing completely. I'm just thinking if you said 75 items,
right, and then $3 an item, maybe
somebody would have gotten
right.
Somebody might have looked at it and said, $3 an item is a steal anyway. It would have been $2.25.
I get $5 for those booklets for $10. Yeah, true.
That's all.
All right. Next up. By the way, the New York Yankees are in the World Series starting Friday. I don't know when this is coming out, but...
probably after Friday.
So hopefully the Yankees have won at this point. Anyways, we got an Anthony Rizzo 2022 Topps Chrome autograph Gold Mojo, number 14 out of 15, sold for $150.
Can I ask a dumb question?
Sure.
I have no idea at all.
It's not his rookie card.
What his uniform number was.
Oh.
But let's say he were uniform number 14.
Yes.
Would that card be worth more because it's autograph 14 out of 15?
I would say a little more, or you'd be able to sell it quicker. So this took about a year to sell. Obviously, because the Yankees in the World Series, it probably helped it at this point, or someone at this point is building a Gold Mojo set. Imagine what a big player. I mean, he's like an average player at best at this point in his career. But if you're talking about a Jeter or a Juan Soto or a Judge, certainly, or Ohtani, that's going to bring more money with that number. But
or a Mickey Mantle throwback type deal.
Rizzo, maybe a little if you're a big Rizzo fan, maybe, and you got a lot. If you're a rich Rizzo fan, you can afford a $150 card for your Rizzo collection. Maybe you'd pay more.
Maybe you'd hold out for $200 to buy his.
He may be 14.
Number.
I don't know. I don't think there's a retired 14. So, but still, I can't. I'm sure I didn't pay anywhere near that. Next up. Bought a big Hallmark collection, and a Star Trek collection. This were the unboxed ones that we could not sell on Amazon, so we lotted them together. And there was a lot of 11, so this lot he did count, and it went for about $45. So.
Which actually seems high, because what do they go for in box?
On eBay they don't go for much, 10 to 15, but there's some shifts they go for more. There is like the Gold Series ones, the original ones could be 20 to 50 for the Enterprise, but yeah. I agree. But I told him, I go, just lot these out on eBay, no problem.
Yeah, I'd be very happy getting $4 each loose.
And you could probably buy them for $1 or $2. So, you're going to make out either which way. All right, next up, hopefully you can find these at some garage sales. NCAA College Miniature Gumball Helmets, lot of 40+, vintage and modern. So I don't think there's any, well, maybe a couple vintage, but I guess down here, whatever, is that a college team? It looks like it, too. Okay, one vintage I see. Regardless, they went for $40. They go for about $1 a piece. But if this was in the bag at a garage sale, I'm thinking $5 you can pick it up.
Yeah, you're not going to pay a lot.
And they're not that old. It's probably 5 to 10 years old. If you bought them at Dick's, I think they came in packages.
Oh, is that how they were?
$25, $30, $40. So they probably were the same price at one point in time.
Okay. Very cool. Yeah, and that would be something I'd buy.
But even the NFL or the baseball ones are even harder to find from the 70s. Cause especially the stickers didn't stick on them too well for the baseball ones. So. Very cool. Next up, the Emergency Game of Milton Bradley 1974, complete in box. Not that it's common, but I've had a few of these before. You got any sitting here, Emergency?
That one I don't have. No.
Paperboy's got Man from Uncle. I think we got a few of them too. Anyways, the key is making sure it's complete. You're going to get more for it than maybe it's complete or almost complete. So
now, is that a scene at your laundromat? Somebody.
It is not. No, it isn't. I hope it isn't.
Somebody left something in the dryer.
Exactly. Yes, you're a funny guy. But no. All right, moving on. You had a shot at buying this. I think at one point it was in a box you looked through. Military Comics number 38, Blackhawk Faces Death by Harry Curry. Is that right? Harry Curry? Okay. I guess it is. Went for $60. So not too bad. Can't argue with that.
Golden Age comic, and I'm sure you would have charged me more than 60. So
I don't think so. Writing on the cover, it doesn't look like anything to me. It's not the #1 issue, so probably not. But hey, to each his own. Next up, Kodak, because we're from Rochester. Vintage giant adhesive sticker, 9x7.
Is that inches or foot? It's got to be inches.
Inches, yeah.
So is that really a giant sticker? I mean, it's a good size sticker.
Yeah, it's good, yeah, you know. Well, if I put it on your face, it would definitely look giant, right?
Good
point. You
point.
have cheeks. Anyways, I sold a few of these to one guy. I think it's overseas, actually. $10 a piece. I think I got these like you would get them thrown in on some deal. I'm sure I didn't pay anything for them. So, but again, it's stuff like this: Xerox, Kodak, anything else.
Whatever's in your area.
Yeah. Go for it, buy it, sell it, make some money. Next up, this might be my last one here. Flocked Talking Commander G.I. Joe Vintage 1964 12-inch doll, sold for $75. I guess he's called Flock now. I think they used to be like bearded face and stuff like that. Real fur, real beard. I don't know. But again, flocked is the new terminology, I guess, because they use that for Funkos. And $75 isn't too shabby.
What's flocked mean for Funkos?
Like the real hair.
Oh.
Yeah.
There you go.
So if you had your own Funko at this point, it would.
I'd be flocked.
The 5 o'clock shadow would be flocked, of course.
Of course, obviously.
Right, you're up.
Oh, thank you.
We learned a lot every day here.
We do. We learned that World Championship Rodeo 1950 ticket Los Angeles Sheriff's annual show is worth $32.24, and the beauty is it can be found inside the program for the World Championship Rodeo 1950 Los Angeles Sheriff's annual show.
Wow.
It sold, the program didn't.
Wow.
Figure that one
you
out.
You could have packaged them for $50 maybe. You should have graded it. That's it, like in great condition. Look at that thing.
Beautiful shape. That is absolutely true.
Yeah.
Perhaps that's what the person buying it's going to do.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? Up next, Hotel Cleveland vintage luggage tag. Very Art Deco looking over there. I got $20 out of that. Very, very happy with something rather like that for just a small luggage tag. I can definitely see why people sell smalls because the last two items have definitely been small.
Yeah.
The only problem with selling smalls
they get lost in boxes.
Okay. The second problem with selling smalls is when you have a unlisted house of larges. When you sell a small, yes, the money in your bank account is nice. The room that it makes isn't much.
Yep, that's true. And you get a lot of smalls.
I got
a lot of larges.
Speaking of smalls, Hamilton College football schedule 1911, Clinton, New York. This is the third time it sold. The first time it actually got paid for. I think somebody offered $22 for it, something like that. I said, gone. But the big reason why I wanted to show this is because somebody made me an insulting offer of it of $5 with free shipping back a while ago.
It's over 100 years old. It's crazy.
And I'm like, no, I'm not taking $5 with free shipping on that. I would essentially lose money.
I would have said there's someone else that has one on there for $5. Go buy theirs. And then they'll be like, humana, where?
So, yeah, absolutely. And that's where you have to hold your price on something rather like this. If it's not one of a kind, it's very, very close.
Yeah.
Up next, Lyceum Theater, or Lyceum Festival 1949 program, Imperial Theater, Japan Opera Dance. I think it took $35 or something rather like this on it. Very interesting. What do you see when you're looking at that with the pages? They're not attached.
Oh.
They never were.
Oh, okay.
They never were. It was never bound. It's not like there's staples removed or anything.
Yeah, no,
they just made it and put it together like that. Nothing holding it whatsoever. That was just the way it was issued.
And this looks like a legit
theater.
Yeah.
It was from Japan
it's not
after
like
the
some
war.
Underground high school skit. Like it's legit.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, you can see right there even better.
Wow.
But yeah, it was after the war when we were helping rebuild Japan. They actually
might have been a shortage of staples. I mean,
very well could have been. Yeah, absolutely could have been. Who even knows? But very interesting item, very cool item. I did pick this and a few other similar things up over at Allentown. And as soon as I saw them, I'm like, yeah, these are going to be good because again, they're post-World War II. Occupied Japan, as they say.
Where was that located, the theater?
Tokyo.
Oh, okay, wow.
Yep.
I mean, it's way over here. Cool.
Yeah, it had to be a soldier.
Yeah.
Because the other stuff in there also was similar. Costa Mesa, Newport Harbor, Lions Club Fish Fry Carnival Program, Space Patrol. Got the $44 bid on it. I thought that was so cool right over there with the Stars of Space
really
Control,
cool.
Space Patrol on there.
Yeah.
As well as Crank Brothers Roofing.
Rocky Balboa Fun Zone Park.
Yeah, you call them up and they'll do crank calls calling you back. Crank Brothers Roofing. I'm sure they're a wonderful roofing company if they're still around. But again, put extra pictures up as well. But I thought that Space Patrol was definitely going to be anything that sold it, and sure enough, it did end up selling for the opener.
Cool.
O.J. Simpson Heisman Trophy, USC Trojans, original art, 1968.
Wow.
Neat little item right over there that I picked up from Heritage Auctions, $149. And a gentleman liked that so much he ended up buying another piece as well for me. So that worked out pretty well. Every once in a while, you can pick off something good at the Heritage Auctions for a reasonable price. A lot of things. They had, I think, a lot of 3 sports things, and I bought the 3 together.
Any idea what publication that went in?
That I don't know offhand.
That's cool.
I think it went. I actually, now that I think about it, I believe it went in a local newspaper out in California because he went to USC. I think it went in a California paper. Up next, Teen Set Party, Pinups Magazine, winter 1989. New Kids on the Block, Kirk Cameron, Debbie Gibson. We always talk. These are the years that you want at this point.
Yeah.
Because the stuff from the 70s, people don't generally remember, certainly the 60s, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Late 80s, early 90s, and into the late 90s are the things that are popping right now. And this would be one of them.
Alyssa
sure.
Milano, too.
Yep, ran out of space. You can only put so many people in there.
True.
That was loaded. Terry Bradshaw, New Man Supra Unlimited Hair System 1981 brochure.
This is cool.
For an award-winning hairstyle. There he is, $24. I paid $1 for this at Allentown a year ago. It did take a little while to sell. It took me a while to list as well, obviously. But as soon as I saw that, I said, oh, that's definitely going to sell.
Now, would you put Steelers in there, or is that keyword spamming? Or?
Oh, no, you could have. Yeah, okay. I could have, yeah.
Because we do try to tell our sports listers to do the teams as well.
Right, yep. How cool is that, though?
That's very cool.
And there he is. He can even drive a Jeep with that hair.
It's amazing, yeah.
And finally, San Francisco Bay Guardian, May 24th, 1973, with Grateful Dead and Led Zeppelin ads in it. I did go through all these when I was listing, and there we are. Wow. Grateful Dead and Led Zeppelin.
Cool.
In auction.
Wow, $89.
Yeah. $89 for it. I started at $40 as I did all of the San Francisco Bay Guardian that I had picked up over at Springfield. And we actually did a short on it. So if you don't catch our shorts, we don't do very many, but occasionally we do. So definitely worth checking out. So yeah, pretty cool item right over there. Had no idea, obviously, it was in there. Interesting that Waylon Jennings was opening for the Dead.
Jeez.
Actually, when you think about it.
Right? That is really weird.
It's interesting.
So he was
show.
small time at the time. And he's old, he's younger than the Dead, apparently, or probably the same age.
Probably the same age, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Pretty interesting item right over there. Definitely. Pretty neat item, but definitely go through the things and do highlight the advertisements. A lot of times the advertisements will end up selling the item. I've sold 1 or 2 others of the Bay Guardians for the $42 opener. This one obviously went for more.
Cool.
And if you could help us out, if you hit the like button, and we will see you next video.
Take care. Bye-bye.